Good morning everyone, it is 8:50 here at Ueno Station and we already faced a delay this morning so we missed the previous train, but today we're going to Hitachi Seaside Park to look at some flowers, and this is our train. This is the Hitachi Limited Express train. So because we missed the one we're supposed to get on due to Yamanote line delay, we don't have a window seat on the way up, so we'll be able to film on the way up, but not sure if I'm going to be able to film on the way back though. So I just noticed that Ueno Station actually has two floors, so that's pretty cool. Still pretty annoyed at the delay this morning because it shouldn't have taken me an hour to get from Shibuya to Ueno, but it did. We have these black seats. This train's just so nice. I'm liking this train. So there goes our train, and that rolling start was actually really new, so that's why it looks so super modern inside. And if you saw the shot where I zoomed into the lights, they actually show whether the seat is vacant or reserved. So yeah, the rolling stock said 2012, so it's actually like super modern compared to all the other trains we've ridden, because the other limited express trains were like 2001 or 2005 or something like that. So if you notice the three signs with a ton of flowers that we just walked past, that's where we are going, so we're gonna head over there right now. So there was our bus. Here we are outside the Seaside Park, and you can actually buy a one-day pass, which includes your return bus fare from the Katsuta station and your admission. So now we get to go straight in and we don't have to buy a ticket. So hopefully we can see as many flowers as we can before those clouds get here. Yeah, but looking at this place, you can see that it's really vast. So this is just inside the entrance, but they know what we're here to see, so we're going to go straight for them and ignore everything else until we've seen them. Yeah, I never thought I would actually see like actual black flowers, but these are black flowers, man. You can actually dye stuff with them somehow. Okay, so see, like that. That's the entrance, right? That looks really far away, and we're all the way out here. So I was gonna say, in Tokyo, the distance from the entrance to where we are now, and I'm not going to zoom in again because trying to get a place of focus on the entrance was hard enough as is, but when you live in Tokyo, because everything is so packed together, you kind of lose your sense of how far away stuff usually is outside of Tokyo. Because like the entrance to here is pretty much the distance from my dorm to class, and that's like on another campus, so that's like about a 7-8 minute walk. But here it's like haven't even gotten to the place I was going to see yet, and that's a 7-8 minute walk, and that's normal. Like back in Australia it was 15-minute walk to school, but in Tokyo, because everything is crammed so close together, it's like 8, 6, 7, 8 minute walk in Tokyo feels like the equivalent of like a 20-minute walk in Australian suburbs. And like a 5-minute wait for a train feels like super long. So it's probably going to be a bit hard for me to adapt when I get back home, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go away from here. All these bloody flies are on me. Yeah, we're going to continue walking along these lush mountain, not mountain, god damn it, lush garden paths while we wait for the sun to come back out, and then we go to the massive blue flower field. So probably going to play the music here because this is pretty much just a flower viewing session and there's not really that much to say about it. Okay. It's not sunny yet, but here we are. This is another one of those scenes which is like, you have to have the sense of depth in order to see how great it actually looks. Because on your screen it just looks like a hill that, like, that hill is so vast that when I'm standing here looking at it, it's actually like, whoa, is this... Can those flies like get out of the way, please? The rain is falling so sparsely, like none of the droplets are even hitting me. This is so weird because it's like clearly raining, but I'm not getting hit by any droplets. It's actually so weird. Anyway, I think we have spent enough time in this one area that contains one specific flower, because there's actually 2/3 more of the park for us to explore. So I think that's enough of this area. And let's see what this park has to offer that isn't blue. Okay, bye bye Nemophila. We're gonna head across this bridge. And there's actually a highway under this bridge, if I'm not wrong. So here we are at the central cycling centre of this park. Now, you know I can't resist the urge to explore that network of bike tracks, so I'm probably not going to film while I do that either. So, okay, we have a lot of hills. So there's probably not going to be that much filming as I explore the park on a bike, and then we'll probably have to come back here to return the bike. So here we are in the pleasure garden, aka theme park part of the Hitachikaihimkoen, and there are two roller coasters here. One is this kids one, and the other one I will show you later, but we are going to ride both of them. And unfortunately, because I don't have a GoPro, I won't be able to film on it, but oh well. So that was a lot less spicy than I thought it was, because it lasted like 10 seconds. So now, if you can see these green supports over here, okay, so we went on this, we can't really see all of it, but it also wasn't as spicy as I thought, because like it felt high, but then the first drop was the only like fast one, and then after that was just like 4 or 5-ish curves and the same amount of hills, and the ride itself was only like 30 seconds, so it wasn't actually as bad as I thought it would be. Space Mountain is still the scariest one I've been on. But anyway, it's back to the bike for me. Check out these bike paths though, and they all have like super cool tunnels and stuff. It's a shame I can't film them for you. Anyway, I'm going to keep riding. I just want to commend this park on how well designed it is with the integration of the cycling course. It's actually amazing. You just get to the parking spot, you stop off, you see the site, then you get back on your bike, and it's amazing. Here we are at a little parking spot again, where you can see the ocean. Like, how well designed is this? Look at it. I'm not going to go all the way down to the beach because I want to cycle, but so well designed. Like, it's actually marvelous. So the thing with Japan is there's no parks like obviously within Tokyo, because all like, okay, so the size of a park in Tokyo is like this wooden bit here. So you kind of have to go to the outer reaches of Tokyo, or really far away like this. And there's a massive ship there, cargo ship there, which you can see beyond that fog. But like with Japan, it's like efficiency. That's it. Like they have really well planned cities where it doesn't feel far to walk to anything at all. And if it is far, you can just take a train. Because the train stations are like within 5 minutes walk of each other, right? So then when you go to the natural places like this, then the natural places themselves are like so well maintained and designed and kept that it's just like you go a place for a specific purpose and it serves that purpose. Sorry, my hand's a bit wobbly while I turn. But like, you go a place, you go to a park for the sake of going to a park, and then the park is like perfectly designed. And then when you're in the city, you don't go to parks. You don't like, the city is for like work, right? When you're in the city, you don't go to parks or forests or anything, or any little thing like in the middle of the city. You like purposely schedule a day to go to a park and relax. And then the park is like really well designed. And then in the city, like you have everything you need right at your fingertips, but you don't like have fun. Well, you do, but you know. And yep, we're back here again. Different lighting conditions, different shots to take. This is the view. You see that window? Anyway, this is the view that you can only get from this bridge that's on the bike path. I reckon it's worth getting a bike for 400 yen just for this view, because like you can't walk onto the bike path, but I think it's worth getting a bike just for this view. One thing they should have added though is like stop areas on this bridge, because otherwise everyone's just stopped here, like, and then it's like annoying for people to go past. Yeah. really should have added like side areas on this bridge. But this view is so great, and when you ride past this bridge, you can feel the spray from the fountain as well. So like, just to zoom past here is worth the 400 yen to get a bike. Like, not just to navigate the amazing bike path network, but just to zoom past this bridge. Now these are the 4 things that this garden is famous for. We didn't come here in March or April, and this is actually the end of the blooming season for the Nemophila, so that's all we got to see. But the cycling here was like actually amazing, so it was worth it. So now since we are here, we're going to take the Kaihimkoen. I forgot what the company name was, but it's a Kaihimkoen, which is 5 minutes from the southern exit, and I'm not sure if this is the southern exit. So we're gonna find out. So that's the roller coaster that we went on before. As you can see, it is high-ish, but then the drops don't actually go all the way down to the, like, as you can see, it like evens out after that. So it's not actually that scary. Apparently that's an interesting tube. Yeah, was this supposed to be a water feature? I feel like this was supposed to be like, or at least the troughs outside supposed to be filled with water, but there's nothing here anymore. So here is the south entrance of the park. And now we have to try and find our way for like a 10-ish minute walk, I think it is, to a station. But the catch is, my phone's out of battery, so we have to try and not get lost. And all I had was a simplified map, which was like, which only showed like main roads. So this is going to be the spiciest thing of the day. So I guess this is the entrance you would see if you tried to, oh wait, it says no entry. Okay, if you tried to ride your bike here from the station, this is what you would see. Down to the sign there, that's like the distance from one campus. That's like the horizontal, or straight line rather, distance from one campus to the other. And when I'm walking there to class, it feels so long, but here it's just like part of a bigger picture, I guess. But that's cause like this, and there's like, cause when I walk there as well, there's so many houses and stuff packed and shops packed together, like in that tiny space. So yeah, it's just that Tokyo is so compact compared to everywhere else that I've been, that I kind of lose like my sense of patience, I guess. This is a really nice like street to walk down. Okay, so I still have no idea where I am, but this is a jaw-droppingly big soccer pitch. Do you see that? This is actually a jaw-droppingly big soccer pitch, and then they just have like goals just like there that you're supposed to drag out yourself. Like, I haven't seen, this is way bigger than Tarara Park, right? Those who know Tarara Park. But like, as you can see, Japan is just like, there's no parks like this in the suburbs, but then when you get out here, there's just like a ridiculously huge area. Now about 5:45, and we just got a meal from this soul bar shop. And I want to give a big shout out to these guys because I went way too far west, and because I didn't have battery on my phone, I went way too far west, so I pretty much just went there to have a meal and ask for directions, and they were super helpful, and they even like drew me a map, and they offered to drive me to the station, but I was like, no way you're doing that for me. But yeah, shout out to the guys at Tsubasa Soba House, right in the middle of Hitachi Naka somewhere. So now we're going to have a pretty long walk to the station. And just look at all these fields. The countryside. Yeah, dude, am I seriously 4 kilometers? Oh wait, no, I can believe that because 4 kilometers is an hour's walk, so yep, that makes sense, because it did feel like I was running out too. This is a salon in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, I think we have about another hour's walk, or a bit less, to get to the station of the railway that we are going to go to. So we're gonna see how that goes. Here we have more rice fields and normal fields and like vegetable fields. It's pretty interesting to me how the fields are kind of just like sitting there with no fences or anything. Because in Australia everything would be fenced off, but like here they're just like on the roadside with no fences or anything, and people just don't steal them, I guess. Carriages max, and the platform is that long, it goes around the corner. Maybe like previously they had a longer platform. Oh my, okay, it's a 1 carriage diesel train. Here it comes. Please focus. Okay, fine, don't focus. And our train comes at 7:20, so we just need to wait a little bit. What is this? I'm not going to press that. That's going to make sound, probably. Okay, where we went today. Okay, so apparently I left here, right, and then I accidentally went like all the way over here instead of there. Because the map was like, oh, take a left and then take another left and then this train's through here, but then it was over here. So we stopped up and okay, oh well, then we went here and then we went all the way around here, but yeah, over there to where we are. So that actually worked out in the end. We're gonna get home at like 8:39. That means we have to stay up late doing homework, but that's okay. I can just do some on the train. There's nothing to see out the window anyway. And if we go straight along there, we'll end up at the Hitachikaihimkoen again.
Please transfer at this station. The stop after Mito will be Ueno. Thank you.
We also got these Hoshi more pies. Now they look like they were exclusive to the region, so I bought some and I'm gonna try one. Because I love how each one of them has their own like moisture absorption. But now we're gonna try. And that's the filling. I can't tell exactly what it is. I actually cannot tell what it is.
Please do not smoke in this train.
Originally when I smelled it, I thought it was pineapple, like in Taiwan, but it's not. I actually cannot tell what the filling is. It's like not that sweet, but it has like the, you know how like it has like, when you have the pineapple ones have like a bit of solid in it. It has that, but it's not sweet, so I actually can't tell what it is. But it's very aromatic as soon as you open the packet. It's like, the smell hits you. Like the smell of the pastry, I mean, not really the inside. The inside like has a slight patch, but I still can't tell what it is. Anyway, if you didn't hear before, this train stops at Ueno next. That's in Tokyo City too. That's more than an hour away, so that's an hour of productivity. So I'm just gonna do some homework. So see you back at Shinagawa.
終点の品川に到着です。
So we're taking one last look at this train carriage, this super modern rolling stock as we get off, and we think we actually have to get off really fast because the cleaners like instantly get off. Pretty much they just like run. Hitachi hours a day at Hitachikaihimkoen. So thanks for watching and see you next time.